Hello everyone and welcome back to the Apache Halloween YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Headless Horseman from Spirit Halloween. Alright, so I'm assuming that there's been several Headless Horseman props that have been released, not just by Spirit Halloween but by other manufacturers as well. But this one specifically is, I believe, the 2012 Headless Horseman that was displayed in the Haunted Farm, Spirit Valley Farms, I think is the ISE name. This is the one that it's an older one. It's made by Telux Artware. I got this one for a good price of $50, but with that being said, it does have its fair share of little problems that needed to be ironed out, two of which still need to be ironed out at the time of filming this video. One is that there's a broken weld on the base, which I'll show you. It's not a big deal, but I would just like to get fixed. And secondly, the hip loop is just gone, and I would probably have to make myself a new one. But considering we're doing a setup video inside the house, there's no wind or anything, I decided it doesn't really matter for this video. But there's some other things that I have tended to and fixed up. One of them is actually the box here. This box was really just like a blob, and you could tell it's missing the lid right now. There's no lid on it. So that was ripped off at some point in its lifetime, but I had to reinforce the cardboard to make it a little more stable. And I'll show you what I did once we pull everything out of the box. But before we look in the box, let's actually check out the box itself and just look at the box art of what's remaining of it. Here's the one side of the box. You can see that it retailed for $150 back in the day, and just says Headless Horseman. Life-size prop with amazing details. I would say that's pretty true. This is a Telux item, so there's a lot of character added to a static prop. And again, this is just a static prop. There isn't anything animated besides a light in the pumpkin. A lot of the items are made out of latex, which is something I kind of like and kind of don't like at the same time, but Telux items really seem to have good quality latex. Let's look at the other side here, just like a far shot of it. This is, I'm assuming, the back of the box, but it looks basically the same despite just some different phrases and stuff. And then here is the other side. This is the most heavily damaged. As you can see, it looked like it got wet at some point. But that's everything that's on the box. Let's take a look at what's in the box. Alright, so inside the box, right up here, we have the instructions, which are still in the plastic bag, which I believe is what it originally came with, which is nice. Again, it's a very simple setup, so these aren't really necessarily crucial, but it's still nice to have them from a collector standpoint. Next up, I got the pumpkin here. This is a plastic, like blow molded pumpkin, and here's one of the things that I modded up. So when I got it, it didn't originally have the original little tea light in there, but I didn't like the tea light anyway. I thought it was pretty dim, so I got this like 12 volt little LED flickering bulb, and then put some PVC pipe and some hot glue, if you can kind of see it in there. But I took that and made it look like a bigger, bulkier candle, and now it has wire running out, so it gets plugged in to an adapter, and it makes it so much brighter. The whole jack-o'-lantern lights up. I also want to eventually get a more permanent plug. This is just a screw-on plug for now, but eventually I'd like to solder it all up and make it look nice and pretty. Here are two of the support poles. There's like 6 in total, I think. You got the axe right here. This is a latex axe. It's all squishy, and it has Velcro on it for the hand to just grasp onto it. And yes, I can call it Velcro because if you look right here, it says to attach via the Velcro. Make sure fix the axe firmly with the Velcro. Got one of the boots, again, latex, and this is a high quality latex. It is still nice and soft. There is no really detrimental forms of dry rot on any of these pieces as of yet, and I did condition them before I did this video. They all have a spray coating on them that tries to like preserve and protect latex from UV rays. Here's the base, and on the base right here you can see the little broken weld. Again, not a big deal. It stands up fine right now. Got the torso with the headless stump. It's just a flat like cardboard piece, I think. And you have the hands all attached. The hands have the Velcro to them for all the like the pumpkin and the axe. And then it's just got the long cape. Here's the adapter I've been using. It's a 9 volt 0.5 amp adapter. It's a little bit overkill, I think, but I guess it's better to have more than less. And then here are the last 4 support poles. So that is everything in the box. And as you can see right now, the box is empty. And you can tell all the cardboard supports that I've added, this is all just hot glued to the original cardboard. And it really stiffens it up. It adds some good weight to it. And just makes it overall much more rigid than it probably originally was brand new. So all I got to really do now is just get a lid on here. And I will be set to go. So now I'm just going to start assembling him up. You can see on the base here that the poles kind of lean back one way. So that's going to be leaning like back so the pumpkin like kind of counteracts it. So this is going to be how he's going to set up here. The pumpkin will be on this side. All these poles just kind of slide together. There is no snap lock or anything. That wasn't a thing, I guess, for Luke's artware at the time. But you got these pins with these weird little slots in them. So these 2 go on the bottom here, so it's kind of hard to pick this thing up and move it around. Now I'm going to take his boots and slide these over the poles here. 1 and 2. I'm not too sure if there's necessarily a right or left on this guy. They look fine as they are right now. Next we're going to take these poles with these funny little notches on them, and this is kind of like the locking pins, I guess, but they're not really that effective. That one locks in all right, but this one might be a little more loose. Yeah, that one just kind of slides in, nothing crazy. Now the hip loop would go over right here, but since we don't have that, we're just going to bypass that step and slide in the last 2 of the poles. Now I'm going to take the whole torso piece, and there's 2 little like wire prongs here that just slide into the poles. Nothing fancy once again. And you just got to find the 2 of them and I'll drape it over. Just let them slide in on the inner side of the pole. And it kind of just falls in place. Now you just want to pose your arms how you would assume they would be in real life. One thing is that since the axe is so heavy, you have to have the hand hold it like way down here, which kind of looks weird to me. I wish you could have it holding like this, but it would just fall and look funny. So it has to be held down there like this. And this just gets Velcroed like that. Gets the job done. Trying to make it look like he's actually holding it, but you can't really get too crazy with it since the hands, or the fingers rather, aren't really posable. I don't think they're posable at all. So it just sits there like that. And then this side can unfold out as well. And this is the side that holds the pumpkin, so you just want to position it to how you think. Since the pumpkin's going to be heavy, it's going to weigh it down a little bit, so you want to have the hand go up a little higher than you would want. And then the real boring step is to take my wire and just run it up the arm and then down the leg and then plug it in. So I'll just do that off camera, and then we'll just set the pumpkin on the hand. So there's the jack-o'-lantern Velcroed in. He looks pretty cool like that. You can have it like sit out farther, I guess, but I kind of like it like that. You can see where there's no waist bracket. It just looks a little funny. I don't really know how much help the waist bracket would even do, but I'm definitely going to still try to fix that before Halloween. I have the wire plug down here, and I'm just going to plug it in. Just get it to plug in here. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. Alright, so I plugged it in, and as you can see, the light is flickering, and it's really bright because on the screen it like shows up white, even though it's like orange in real life. So it's lighting the pumpkin now, even in the room lighting. So you can only imagine that at night it looks 10 times better. But that is the Headless Horseman from Spirit Halloween. He is pretty cool for a static, perhaps one of my most favorite static props ever. I just like the ominous vibe he gives off, just the fact that it's headless and it just stands there silently. I think I want him to be in the graveyard, like looming right over one of the fences, so it's like close to the sidewalk and he's just a little side piece. I think that's what I want to do with him. Definitely gonna add some foam pool noodles to his leg poles here, because this looks kind of funny if the wind's blowing. I just want to make him look more filled out in case the wind is really blowing one night. But overall, for the price of $50, you really can't complain. I'm really happy with this little pickup here. and I'm happy with all the improvements and stuff that I've made to it. But without farther ado, let's go to a little nighttime aesthetic video shoot of the pumpkin, because I really just want to show you that pumpkin glowing. So here it is at night. I got a little like purple light on him right now, magenta if you will, and I think that might be the color I put on him on Halloween night. I just kind of like how the purple looks on him. I don't know why that is. Orange looks okay too, but the purple I just like. I don't know why. But here's the pumpkin. You can see it's very bright. The camera doesn't really do this justice because it looks way prettier in real life. It looks more orangish. It has a more orangish glow to it, and you can see the actual like jack-o'-lantern a little better, but I like how the whole pumpkin glows. It's way better than the little tea light that was originally on him. But yeah, there is the Headless Horseman at night. So you've heard my thoughts, you've seen him set up. So that's basically the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed this one. It's a little different. Usually we do animatronics on here, but I thought this guy was too cool to not make a video on him. He kind of flies under the radar, not very much a common prop, but I just wanted to show him off because I'm really happy I was able to find him. But with that, that about ends this video here. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.